Hello everyone, welcome back. Hi, I'm Denise. I'm with Spiritual Growth Tarot, of course, and today I'm going to do a karmic reading on Eric Trump. He's the last one that I haven't read on yet, last one in the family, unless, I don't know, do you guys want me to do Tiffany? I don't know. I don't know if she'd be that interesting or not. She seems to be a little bit of an Instagram star, but whatever. So anyway, I want to look into Eric Trump and see, what his karma has been, what he came in with this lifetime, what his karma is now presently, and then future going forward. Of course, we know that he supported his dad greatly, bigly, and he was the chair of one of the foundations for, I guess, I don't know if it's like child cancer research. I can't remember what it was, but, his ability to ever run a charitable foundation has been rescinded, or he's been, removed from that role, that position. And so, who knows what he did with that money? Who knows what the kids did with that money? But I don't want to look at his karma. So hang in there with me. I'm going to drop the camera down and get started. Okay, deck's all shuffled. And I can't tell you guys how disgusting his energy is. Makes me want to hurl. Okay. All right, so currently the forces in motion in his life, Queen of Wands reversed. Yeah, that's what I was feeling, this just like, ugh, he's jealous. He's just really jealous of both his siblings. Ugh. Okay. Biggest challenge right now in his life. Knight of Pentacles reversed. He's not going anywhere. It is a lack of direction. I remember about a month ago or so, in the news, there was some little piece where news clip where he said he was heartbroken as to what Biden has done with the country in the last month or so, since he's got going and had, been working his magic, I would say. But Eric was heartbroken. Oh, wee. Anyway, yeah, so shuffling the deck, tuning into his energy, I just kept feeling like this spoiled little, tantrum type of a kid. Even though he's, he's 37 now. 37. And, one other thing I noticed, his moon's in Aquarius. Like 24 degrees Aquarius, somewhere in there, I think. And Saturn is getting ready to hit his moon, so it's not going to get any better for him. He's not going to be happy. Karma he brought in to work on this lifetime. Five of Swords reversed. Hanging over. The Seven of Swords reversed. Yeah, not too deep. Nothing too deep there. With the Five of Swords reversed, well, he's he's vengeful. He's vengeful. You can't say that. Yeah, I mean, just look at his face. When he doesn't get his way, he wants revenge. Now, I wouldn't read this card reversed, the same way with anyone who had more evolution, because it can be, a compromising type of a soul that just wants peace and wants to communicate. But that's not him. That's not him. He's Mars conjunct Pluto in Scorpio. No, I'm sorry. His Mars is in Libra. So it's like, doesn't really know which way to go. Doesn't really know what he wants, probably, with, his evolution, because I think it's retrograde. But with this Seven of Swords reversed too, he brought in this karma, so revengeful karma, vengeful, and he's not going to be allowed to get away with it with the Seven of Swords reversed. He's going to get caught. And it's also the card of confessors and flippers. And, of course we know he was brought in, to be deposed for his deposition against, well, there's been a few things. There was the charitable foundation that, of course, none of the Trump kids are allowed to run anymore because they stole from a children's charity to line their own, coffers. And in his lifetime, his karma is that in this lifetime, he's not going to be allowed to get away with it. This is a card of pathological liars, of cheaters, of abusers, of needing to get caught. And they will flip on the others in order to try to, get away with it. But he's not going to be allowed to. And of course, we know that he flipped on the other kids. He'll throw them under the bus so fast because he's jealous of them. Remember this here with this Queen of Wands reversed. When the Queen of Wands comes in, they're reversed. I'm sorry, only reversed. It means that they're selfish and they're jealous and they're unfaithful. And then, of course, to reiterate a little bit more on the Knight of Pentacles reversed, he's just feeling stuck and, again, irresponsible, unfaithful. I get this card, when I'm reading for mothers with, like deadbeat dads. They've divorced him and the dads aren't paying child support. This card comes through all the time. Okay. So, I don't care how he's doing healing his karma. I want to know some more about his past karma. I'm going to go past, present, and then his future. Okay. So now I'm going to be quiet while I draw the cards. What's this one? Okay, that's past. Presently, what's hanging over him? Okay, so past karma, I'm sorry, I should have said. We have the High Priestess and the Hierophant, but the High Priestess is reversed. What's hanging over him is Death reversed, as well as Two of Swords, straight up. Okay, 4 cards for his future. 4 of Swords reversed, the World reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed, and the 5 of Wands reversed. Okay. So let's move these out separately so that we remember the categories here. This is what's hanging over him presently. And for the past here, with the High Priestess reverse, well, of course, he doesn't listen to his higher self. He can't find his higher self that's deeply shrouded within him because, he's just hell-bent on getting even, trying to be better than the other siblings, better than everyone else. He'll say and do anything to get attention. That's what I just heard. He'll say and do anything, and he'll oftentimes say the wrong thing because he doesn't speak before, he doesn't think clearly before he speaks. It's all emotional reaction, just blurting out, trying to get what he wants. Other aspects of the High Priestess reversed is betrayal. So he has, in this lifetime, he has past karma and betrayal. This would, of course, be over his siblings and flipping. and this would also be the betrayal of the Children's Charity Trust. I think it was a cancer foundation, a charitable trust for children with cancer, and they stole money from it. So yeah, we're in those realms of betrayal, hidden agendas, and secrets. Also, in a lot of self-doubt because you're in illusion, that you're thinking that this is the way things are, kind of like his dad, like I'm bulletproof, I can, I'm Teflon Don, I can do whatever I want. Well, you know what, someday it will catch up. And it is, and it's going to be in the future, and Eric is going to have to witness his father going down, because he absolutely is. Now, with the Hierophant, this is that so he'll conform, he'll hide, and he'll lie, and he'll betray, and he'll hold secrets, but then he'll flip. He'll do everything he can because he wants the accolades and the approval. This is a perfect example of a kid who couldn't get the love that he needed from his parents, or at least from his dad. I don't know. I have no idea how Ivana was as a mother. She was very, very, very busy as a career woman, so I don't know how much time she spent with the kids. Not to say that can be, I'm not judging that, but there was no necessity for her to do that because, they had plenty of money. John Trump, the father, made plenty of money, so she could have stayed home with the kids, but I don't think she did. They do, they can credit her with being a really good businesswoman and teaching how to make money. But so when a kid doesn't get, there's the real needs for love and warmth and safety and comfort when they're very small and growing up. And if those needs aren't met, they'll give up on the love and they'll go towards approval, just trying to get approval. And that's what this card tells me. This is also government, so secrets in the government. So he has secrets as to his role, or as to his father's role in the government. He knows many things, and he has flipped. So doing that, of course, would make him feel even more guilty in his mind. I mean, if he were clear, he would he would just say, I realize, my dad's a crook, and I know the truth, and I'm going to bring it out there, and he might part ways, but he never has done that. There's this dependency on outside authority, and his belief system is completely illusory. When you have the High Priestess hanging over the Hierophant, you can bet that the belief system is diluted. And he would conform, and he did conform. That's what the cards are saying. What's hanging over him directly is this big fear of change with the Death reversed. We're in that, soul realm where you're just stuck and you're not feeling hopeful and you're definitely holding on. And you're going to keep, repeating mistakes because you're not letting go. There needs to be an ego death that happens with this, when the Death reverse card comes in, even straight up. But straight up it would be that, you are going through the ego death. And the ego, the unhealthy ego, now we all need our healthy ego. Without my ego, I wouldn't be able to speak to you right now and say who I am and stand in my authority. But we need to set our ego aside, and so to do that, you let go of your pride and your self-will and your fear. He hasn't done that. He's still locked into these vicious circles of pride, and then he's still trying to hold on. so that he can exact revenge over the, the illusory, enemies. And he'll lie, cheat, and steal. Remember, this is the card Seven of Swords reversed, is a card of a pathological liar. So this is a perfect example of how the apple does not fall too far from the tree. Yeah, okay. So these two together with the Death reversed and the Two of Swords, this tells me that he's in denial. He's at a crossroads, but he's in denial as to where, he should go. He's in a world of hurt, is what I just heard. He's in a world of hurt. What he does with that in the future looks to me like with the Four of Swords reversed, I think he's really stressed out. He's really burned out. He's not taking good care of himself, or in the future he won't be able to. High anxiety is within this card, Four of Swords reversed, and also often greed. A lot of greed can happen. Like falling on your own swords because you haven't made the right choices in the past, and you're not willing to let go because of that, that pride. Yeah. I mean, he is, and he is a Capricorn in an earlier degree. Well, not that early. It's like mid degree. So he has had the transits of Pluto crossing over his sun already. And, Pluto transits will take you. It's like, what is that saying? My friend over at Foolish Tarot, I just love her. This is a side note, but one of her last videos, she starts out with, "What's crappin' in?" But anyway, she once had this eloquent line, something about, oh my goodness, it was let go or be dragged. And that's pretty much what I think it was let go or be dragged. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But that's what a Pluto transit is like. You're going to go there, whether you like it or not, and you're going to, you're either going to transform and come through with your own inner power, or you're going to be seen for the darkness that you're not, willing to access and clear out. And that's exactly what's happened here with him. Pluto's crossed over his sun, and he has not. He's had the transit, a once-in-a-lifetime transit that not every soul gets, but in this lifetime every Capricorn has had and is getting, and any of us with any other planets in Capricorn. And it will literally, or if you have Capricorn at a hot point, like let's say your ascendant, you're on midheaven, nadir IC, or your descendant, it's gonna, it changes. And my clients who have had that, these these transits, they have come full force into their power and have made big changes in their lives. But he has not, and that's of course fully reiterated here with this Death reversed. This is the Pluto in Scorpio card. So he's holding on for dear life. And with the World reversed, his future, and these four cards are about his future, he's going to feel empty. He's not going to have closure. He's going to have a major soul, lack of harmony that's going on because he can't come full circle. He has to go here. He has to go to the Death reversed card. He has to go to this fear of change, but I don't see him doing it. So emptiness, falling on his own swords because he's held on in his greed. Man. So Page of Pentacles reversed, well, that brings in some bad news. It brings in his unrealistic goals, because his goals aren't going anywhere. I mean, you can see when this card's straight up, it's, you know, you're looking at something that is what you want to accomplish, you know, studies, new financial, resourceful, stability type, you know, stable type of goals. But reversed, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that. And I also get the feeling that this is another card that talks about being unfaithful. So I think he's going to, you know, he's going to flip. He's going to keep flipping and flipping, and that's okay, you know. He's going to do what he has to do. When it comes down, you know, when all of the, you know, the assets are seized, and the tax fraud and the insurance fraud and the RICO charges for money laundering, as all of these things come down, he's going to get even more and more and more uncomfortable in his own skin. And he will flip. All the kids will, they will flip. They will flip. I've read on the other two. Go ahead and look, and I'm pretty sure that Ivanka is smart enough to do whatever she needs to take care of herself and her 3 kids. And Don Jr. has 5 kids. So, you know, they're going to do what they have to do to take care of themselves at a certain point. Eric would be the easiest flip. Now, with the 5 of Wands here reversed, you know, I don't feel like it's the natural, you know, letting go of, well, it can be sometimes a successful card because there's compromise and there's teamwork. But I have to go with his, what I'm just hearing is he's letting go of the struggle because he can't handle it. Because everything else is so awful in his life. So he's flip is, I mean, how many cards do you need to see the flippage? The flippage, man. So, okay. let me use this other deck. A few of you have commented that you like this new funny looking deck that I have, and you're just still going to have to bear with me while I look up the meanings in the little book sometimes, because I've been so darn busy with private readings and, you know, personal process sessions that I haven't had time to study like I like. I usually really like to study. Okay, so more about, what do we want to know? I feel like I want to know more about his future. Let's see, can I fit? Do I have enough? Yeah, I have enough room. That's right. Okay. Let's do 10 cards into Eric Trump's future. And I'm gonna use the structure that I use for the Kipper and the Lenormand and talk you through it. Okay, Eric. Okay, so that's the money card. But the way this goes, yeah, the way the structure of cartomancy goes is that these cards all affect each other. You know, like with the tarot, you have your certain positions, and the card can hold its own. With the Lenormand, Kipper, Gypsy, all these other cards, it does not work that way. They all influence each other. Okay. Eric Trump. Yeah. And I don't know why, but I feel like this card too. So, okay. So I'll bring it in a moment. Okay, I can always draw some more if we need. But for now, this is the main message here. So our theme with him is With the broken mirror, you could, I mean, you can just see the image. Friday the 13th, there's a cat, a black cat, and, you know, superstition abound in this card. But the traditional meaning is, you know, bad luck. Well, I don't believe in luck. I believe we create our own reality. But this would be broken dreams. And he deserves all of it because he has created this. And because this card hangs over, this is a really negative card, he's going to have his belief system shattered. And because it's hanging over the infinity card, it's going to be massive, you know, shattering. He's going to realize his lack of power, and he's going to self-implode, is what I just heard. Okay, so now I'm going to use a knighting technique. So this card knights over here to this vigor card. This has to be just all about strength. Pumping of the heart works the brain, lungs. Okay. Broken dreams, because I think he could have some health issues. And that's further reiterated here with the illness card. Really interesting. He's only 37. But he could have some health issues. And the sun here knights over to the broken mirror. Now, this could be a card of success, but it also is a card of revealing something. And I felt drawn between the two different cards, so I went ahead and pulled out the one next to it. And I get the fox. The fox is trickery, deceit. You know, you look right there. Everything's right there. You don't let the fox into the hen house. So something's wrong with his health and his vitality, because these two cards mirror each other. And they both knight to this card of broken dreams. You know, that's it. If any of us won't surrender to our soul's path to come back home to who we truly are and open up to our higher selves inside and clear out all that yucky, you know, shrouded soul substance that is not aligned with love, then what happens is a lot of times we'll go through health issues to, you know, bring us to our knees. Yeah, so, but something's wrong, and it will be revealed. Let's see, what else? So this is all his future. Okay, so this infinite supply of cash that he thought he had is tied to his happiness. And this is particularly true of their entire family. They base their self-worth on how much money they have, which again shows, you know, not getting the love they needed as a little one. And so they never grew out of that place of realizing, well, hey, you know, I am much more than the money I make. And because any healthy soul will learn that that who we are does not have anything to do. I mean, yeah, healthy self-esteem is one thing, and that does, you know, learning how to make your you know, live according to your means and make your living, all of that's a wonderful, beautiful thing. But when your sense of self-worth is tied to being a billionaire or a multi-millionaire, and all this, you know, prestige and all these, it's just all these distortions. It's not healthy, and that's, you know, we have this here. So he could have an illness after traveling in the future. This is a card of traveling. In the Lenormand, it's usually the ship. But in this deck, I still have to go through the cards and play with them a little bit more and figure it out. So, oh, in this deck, by the way, I'm so sorry. Here we go. Super awesome future fortune cards by Archie McPhee. It was Andrea over at Lilac Lantern Tarot that turned me on to them. I did a live stream with her and Danny Shea, who cracks me up, and Scott on his awesome channel, Scott Allen Spiritual Essence. Okay, so anyway, back to Eric. His abundance, his happiness is tied to his money, and that's the twisted up area of his soul that needs to, untangle and will in the future. Because I think, well, logically it tells me he's going to lose his money. How else could that transformation come through? And with this Devil card, this is the materialism and the greed. And so I don't know if maybe he's going to try to get away to another country, like travel away, or it's just that it could be just that his greedy disposition over his, the lilies is usually the father card. But anyway, let me finish my train of thought, and then I'm going to look this card up. This greedy disposition that he has, I think on his whole family is what I feel like. He's got a greed for life to be a certain way, is what I just heard. And he may try to take off, but then have some type of an illness that happens because of the travel. Okay, so let me look up here's the little book. Let me look up the lilies. In the Lenormand, this card rules the pleasure and peaceful and happiness in life. Pleasure, peaceful, happiness, wisdom, serenity, all that stuff. But it's also a card of fatherhood and deep ties with your family. But let's see what Archie McPhee says. It's long life and happiness. There we go, right here. Long life and happiness will be yours. Can also mean finding that which you seek. Excuse me. A positive indicator in any position. It can strengthen the meaning of the other positive cards. Well, this is not a positive card. This would be, let me double check this. This is a positive card. This could be a positive card if it's your strength, but this one cancels out this one, and this one cancels out this one, and this one. Let's see. Okay, this is supposed to be good health or energy, but could also be a project completed or a lot of hard work with positive results. He doesn't work hard. He sits around and goes, well, I'm not as good as my brother and sister. If it appears in the final position of a reading, it can mean long life or a long relationship. Well, it's not in the final position, and we have something wrong with his vitality here, right next to the illness card. So I'm not giving that a whole lot of credence. We have, travel illness here. Let me make sure that this is 34. I just read it, I think, yesterday. A journey. Okay. It might be an actual trip, but it could also be a long relationship with another person. It could also be learning and new discoveries, which can happen if you do have an illness. You can go deep inside and learn something. I don't know if he will. We have to remember this illness card, if it's not physical illness, it's at least the illness in his soul. And this illness card knights, because with the knighting technique you go 2 over and 1 up or 2 over and 1 down. This card knights to this greedy, devilish, energy. So that's what he's, this is like the darkness of his soul coming through right here. This is going to be his future experience. Breakdowns in his power, the illness of his soul coming through. and something's wrong with his vitality. And the illness here, next to the illness card being next to the happiness card, that stifles everything there. This one, I think, is just one of the neutral cards, not really a powerful card. This card in the Lenormand is like one of the no cards, because there's definitely something wrong. Something is revealed that is very wrong. So this is all his experience in the future. So to summarize, I would say it's not going to be any fun being Eric Trump in the future. And again, we had so many betrayal cards, flipping cards. So I feel logically, it's an easy logical deduction to see that he's going to go down with his father. So, because, and it's further reiteration that definitely things are going to go down for his dad, because he's so tied, dependently upon his father, that he and his wife, both, his wife makes, Laura Trump makes like 180 grand a year working for, or she did, working for the Trump campaign. I don't know what she's doing now. They both make a lot of money from their father, but when their father's assets are seized, they will have nothing. So that's what he has to look forward to, and it will make him ill, because all of his identity, his self-identity, is tied to the money he makes, and that is the biggest problem. So, okay, well, I guess we can say some prayers for him, send love to him and his whole family. I mean, it has a twofold approach. Darkness hates the love, so it makes it very uncomfortable. And then it also, if we can sincerely send them love, it keeps us clean and out of that energy. So that's what I do all the time. And if you can't in your humanity, because I have those moments too where I can't, I just have to just go, no. If you can't send them love, what you can do, your own like personal kind of love for any other human on the planet, even though they're monsters. If you can't send them love, what you can do is ask the universe to do it, and that's how we can all heal. So as yucky as this guy feels and as much trouble I have, I can still, much trouble as I have, speaking kindly for him, I still can have compassion for the fact that he's just very, very distorted and has a lot of healing work to do. But deep down inside, everybody still has a flicker of love, at least, in their core. It's just so shrouded over in the soul, which is the trouble. Which is why we get to have thousands of lifetimes, if not hundreds of thousands of lifetimes, coming back to Earth in order to heal. Because it is a school ground here, and it's an equal opportunity planet. So, okay. I'm going to stop babbling and get this uploaded for you guys. Okay, take care. Bye.